Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. And you know what that means? It's the end of my streaming week again. Huh? I know. This week has absolutely positively flown by. It doesn't feel like I've been here 6 days. And it's because my schedule's been so crazy recently, shifting all around for this month. We will recap on today's show all the crazy stuff that went down, including the games that worked, the games that didn't, the craziness of cards yet again this week, because it's been a good one. And if you haven't been around, you probably have no idea what's happened. So I'll get you caught up. But even crazier than that, next week, I'm going to be here for 9 straight days. And obviously, I want to get you caught up on that to let you know what I'll be doing. So, wait, we got a lot to talk about. Plus, it's the end of the week. Today's DSP Tries It, bringing it back after a couple weeks away. It's going to be a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax. It's the end of my streaming week, and it's time for a week-ending episode of the Level 1 Podcast. And so another epic episode of the Level 1 Podcast begins, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday, the 14th of July, 2026. How are you all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been an eventful week, for sure. We had a lot going on. We had new games in the lineup, some of which have worked, some of which we tried to bring back and didn't. We'll talk about that, because I want you to know what's going to go on next week. But in addition, we had new cards. We tried out Magic the Gathering for the first time ever, and I would argue that it was pretty successful in multiple ways. So let's get caught up and talk all about that this morning, and I hope that you guys are excited to chill with me. And after that, it's time for the continuation of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Path Tracing mod, which has made the game incredibly more difficult than it even needs to be. And then DSP Tries It returns on this very stream, trying out Firehouse subs for the first time in a very long time. So this should be a very exciting show. Okay, I hope that you guys are excited. It's going to be a good one. How is everyone this morning? Let's see who we got. On the YouTube side, we got Tommy Versetti, Sheen Estevez, Mercury Plays. We've got Philip, The Beer Devourer, Brian, Plant Mechanier, Halal side, Phil. That's interesting. The Queen Food Enthusiast, John Nepper, Netmuck, and more. Stalky Tiger's here, and he says he's no longer going to support me after I quit Pokemon Champions. Okay, we'll talk about that, actually, because, yeah, I want to talk about Pokemon Champions and what happened last night. Because, admittedly, after so long trying to get this game to work in my schedule, I get to the point where I have to kind of give up. You know, I've tried everything in that game. I've literally played every mode. I've adapted and changed my gameplay style. I've listened to feedback and still can't get people to turn up and support it. I don't know what to say. So, Stalking Tiger, if in truth you are leaving because I'm not playing it, I will say thanks for the support you gave me all along. I really appreciate that. But since your account joined 18 minutes ago, I don't actually believe that it's you, so I'm going to ban you now. Very nice. What an idiot. Okay. So, let's continue, shall we? On the kick side, who do we got this morning? Overstuffed Wednesday plush, the Artistic King, step uncle, stepmom, step niece, stepson, stepdog. Everyone, every step is there. Faded Shadows there. Who do we got? Orange Kush. Who else? The chat's moving so fast over there, I actually can't even read the names. Dilomite. Starboy and his millionth account. Look at that. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Tons of people over there. What's up, game dude? How are you? Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? And hold on. We got Yonder-chan, who just did a $2 super chat and said, hello, DSP, my goat. Thank you to Yonder-chan. You are the first super chatter of the day, so let's get that up on the leaderboard. Thank you, thank you. And Liv Will tip me $3, says, I can't talk in chat. What happened? I don't know, but I can unban you if you're banned. I have no idea. This is the first time hearing of it. I didn't ban you. So perhaps it was a mistake, who knows? I need to know your account on YouTube so I can unban you, because I need to actually know the @address of your page. So if you could send me that, I would gladly unban you. I don't know what's going on. Because I can't just, unless it's @LiveWill, which I doubt it is. It's not. I need to know the @address of your page, and then I can unban you. So I would say you can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com, but I need that. Okay. So good morning, everyone. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well and you're ready for an awesome day of streaming, because not only will we be playing Dark Souls 2, which is always fun, but also tonight we're going to return to Pal World for the second stream. I played it the other night for a couple of hours. Basically, I'm just doing kind of the intro stuff. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Yandere Chan. I don't know how to say it. I'm not Japanese. I don't know the word. So you got to tell me how to spell it, or how to say it. Yeah, we did Pal World the other night, and it was all right, but we really didn't get too far. I need to basically get past kind of the more intro segments where you're setting up your base camp and everything, and we haven't really done that yet. So we will continue that tonight, and hopefully people will like it, and we'll get further, okay? No, sadly, Chippewa, there is no easy way to find the Pokemon card openings from before they were separate videos. That's the problem. That's why we started a new series. Like, sometimes it was in gameplay. Sometimes it was during the podcast. Sometimes it was during the morning show. Sometimes it was in an archived stream only. So because of that, it was very messy, and I was getting complaints from people who like the TCG content. They're like, what are you doing? It's not easy to find. Can you make it easier? And that's when I started DSP Pack Rips, and it's been going well for about 2 weeks now. The show's working. Sadly, yeah, it's all over the place before that. Good news is it was only about a month, before that I was doing the cards. So it's not that much missed. And now that we're kind of more heavily into it, it's more streamlined, it's kind of a better process, right? So, sorry about that. We socked. 2 months as a member. Thank you for that. It says, when can we open cards? Well, as you all know, this is how it works. If I raise $100 of cumulative support on any particular stream, we open a pack of cards. If we get to 150 or 200, 250, 300, every $50, that's a pack of cards. If someone does a $50 contribution all in one go, whether it's a $50 tip, a $50 super chat, a $50 super sticker, 17 memberships, 10 gifted subs on Kick, or 5,000 kicks, that's also an additional bonus pack that we open. Okay? We also have the super packs. Right now, we're going back to Ascended Heroes. So for a $100 contribution, we open a pack of Ascended Heroes. Or if we cumulatively, hit $250 on any stream, that is also a pack of Ascended Heroes. Okay? So that's the conditions. If you like the card content, please support the streams. Let's get some packs, right? Okay. Okay. There we go. By the way, someone gave me some good advice for Dark Souls 2 today, which we will implement, about the constant invasions that I'm getting, and also recommended a way to get enemies to respawn so that we can keep grinding if I need torches. So that's a good thing. Might have to do a couple of those things. We'll talk about that when we begin with Dark Souls 2 today. So, anyway. So, yeah. Let's get started, shall we? Because this was a crazy week. It was. This was an absolutely crazy week with everything that we did in the 6 days, even though I guess you could argue 5 because today is day 6. So how did everything go? And how is this going to affect the content moving forward? Okay. First off, I'm just going to go ahead and go to all the videos I posted this week and kind of skirt through here and kind of review everything that we did. Here we go. All right. So basically, here's how it began. All right. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced came out this week. It's the re-release of Assassin's Creed 4 from 13 years ago, now with modernized graphics, modernized gameplay mechanics like a completely revamped combat system, and modernized, revamped parkour. I'm about 7.5 hours into it at this point after 3 streams. I don't actually know if there's any new content or how much new content there is in the game because it's not apparent at the beginning of the game. The beginning of the game is pretty much the same as what you ran into when you played the game the first time around, where it's the intro story of Edward Kenway, how he gets introduced to the Templars and the Assassins, how he gets his own ship and his own crew, and then he's basically trying to set up a headquarters on an island and all of that, get his foothold established in the whole piracy area of the world. And it takes a long time. It's not that it's bad or slow moving, but it does take a long time to kind of get into that. And that's where we're at. We actually had just finished that setup. And now that that setup is completed, now what we're doing is, here we go. Live Will, I think you sent the wrong thing. That's not correct. I'm going to check it. I don't think this is going to work. Unless you put the @ in the wrong spot. Let's see. Oh, okay. You did put the @ in the wrong spot. I think I got it. Now the page froze. Are you kidding me? YouTube is something else. Okay. I think I have unbanned Live Will now. I think you're unbanned. Okay. So, yeah, we basically got to the very end and finished the intro segment, and now the game has opened up hugely, where now you can explore the world. And in fact, for the very tail end of the stream yesterday, we tried out new content. What new content? Well, a lot has changed in 13 years, and what Ubisoft is doing with their more modernized Assassin's Creeds is they have daily challenge content. So every day when you go into the game to play it, there's something that's new on the map. Maybe it's an optional cave with enemies inside in a boss fight. Maybe it's an optional naval battle. And if you complete that battle, which is challenging, then you get rewarded with in-game currency, or you get this currency that you can spend in a digital store to buy things for the game. Like, for example, you could buy an outfit, or you could buy a customization for your ship or something like that. So we did that at the tail end of yesterday's stream. That really was the first piece of new content that we did in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, because everything else was just intro from the original game 13 years ago. So there's definitely good things and bad things to say about Assassin's Creed Resynced. Number one, the graphics are gorgeous. I have updated my graphics drivers, tweaked the gameplay and graphics a little bit, and it looks great. Seriously, it looks absolutely amazing. So that's, probably its biggest asset is the game looks modern. The water effects, ray tracing, everything is insane. The game is absolutely gorgeous, okay? Combat. Completely different from old school Assassin's Creed combat. It's not even close to being the same as old school Assassin's Creed combat. Assassin's Creed used to be very similar to Batman Arkham gameplay, where it was like a couple timed button presses, and if you keep timing it right, then you're getting better hits and better criticals and things. And then it was about dodging and getting those sneak attacks and then running away. Like, direct combat was a bad idea. Well, in this game, it's all about direct combat. You run right the hell up, you start beating on their defenses, you hope to get the defenses down, and then you can, finish them with like a combo that starts taking down their health. Or you can just wait for them to attack and parry and then instantly take them down with a takedown reversal. And that actually does a chain combination assassination into another enemy standing right next to you. The game also has special moves. I know, wait, what? Yeah, so you have 4 special moves. A kick that knocks the enemy into a wall and stuns them. A trip that knocks them on their ass. A gun that shoots through their defenses and sometimes insta-kills or will just lower the defenses so you can execute them. Or later on, you get a hook with a rope and you toss it and hook them and pull them towards you like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. Okay? So it's weird because it's like, wait, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's the combat of the game. Nothing like the original game whatsoever. And all these things you get pretty much almost from the exact beginning of the game. So right off the bat, you're like, damn, Edward Kenway is overpowered. He could kick ass, like, right off the bat. Yes, and I would even argue that the combat is way too easy. I legit feel like, in this case, that's something that they improved for a modern audience, but makes the game feel so different, you don't feel like an assassin. You just don't. You're running in, killing endless mobs of enemies, slaughtering them, piles of bodies everywhere. It's like, how am I an assassin exactly? Now, on the flip side of this, there's the improved parkour. And I say improved lightly because the improved parkour is so loose in the way that you move that half the time you end up going too far, accidentally jumping off something you had no intention of jumping off of. Like, for example, I was storming or boarding a ship. And when you board a ship, you either have to take out all the enemies on the deck, or you can actually go all the way up the mast, and at the top there's a flag that you can cut off, and that will lower the morale in a giant chunk, and usually that's enough to just take over the ship instantly. So all I'm literally doing is climbing straight up to get the flag, right up this mast. Hello, Jasper Kitty. Hello. How you doing? Jasper's in here today. If you want to come up here, let me know, okay? You can come up on my lap. Everyone wants to see you. You want to come up here? Want to come up here and see everybody? Come on up here. Come on up, buddy. Here he comes. Jasper Kitty, everybody. He's here today. I told you, he's in here randomly. He can come in here a few times a week, and some days he never comes in. Some days he comes in and he's on camera the whole time. Some days he doesn't want to come on camera. Like yesterday, he was in here and didn't want to come on camera. Today he wants to be on camera. Yes. The cute Jasper Kitty. So anyway, I'm climbing up this mast. I'm literally standing in front of one step up, in which then I could press a button and slice this flag. I literally just press up on the thumbstick, and Edward decides, I don't want to just step one step up. I want to step over the step and lunge off of the mast and commit suicide, which he proceeded to do. Then I had to do the entire ship takeover from the start. Do you really think that it should have been like that? Of course not. And that's absolutely ridiculous. Okay? So, what are you guys saying? I'm just going to ban all of you. What are you idiots in Kick Chat saying? I'm going to ban every one of you if you keep spamming that nonsense. Anyway. So, yeah, it's kind of annoying with the modern parkour enabled, which is supposed to be one of the improvements they did to the game. Now, you can disable some of this stuff. Like, for example, I think you can actually turn on old parkour. Okay? We could do that if you want. But I'm trying to use the modernized stuff that they've added to the game, and I think it's actually a little frustrating, okay? Now, outside of that, don't drink my water, Jasper. Outside of that, the game is good. You know, Assassin's Creed 4 is a good game. It's got a good plot. It's got an interesting cast of characters, and we finally got out of the intro segment. So now that we're out of the intro segment, it's going to get better. There's going to be more content to do, these ship takeovers, because what you do is you actually recruit ships to your fleet, and then you start sending them out to do piracy, which is really cool, because then you get these resources and everything behind the scenes. So, I'm excited for more next week, okay? And in general, yes, the game is done pretty good. Whenever I play it, we get good attendance, good engagement, and pretty good support. Yesterday, the support was slightly slow, but not slow in any means. It was still pretty good. And I hope that people will keep coming by now that we've gotten through the intro and the game gets better. Hopefully, you guys will come by and chill with me when I play Assassin's Creed next week, okay? Martin Shortbus, thank you for our super chat. He says, hey, Jasper, tell him Martin says hi. Hey, Jasper, Martin Shortbus says hello. What do you have to say about that? Nothing. He's looking all around up there. By the way, I can't move because if I move, I'll make him lose his balance. So I have to sit very still when he's up there. And then he has to figure out how to get back down, which he might be stuck up there now. So thank you, Martin. That's a $5 super chat. Actually, I'll find out exactly what it is, the current exchange rate. Let's see. Because it was 7.04. Oh, Jasper, you okay? I knew that was going to happen. I knew he was going to slip, and he did. You all right? He's all right. $5 exactly on the nose. Thank you, Martin, for $5. I got a kitty crashing down on my head here live. Yikes. It was a dive bomb. Won't he ruin my chair? No, because this chair is cloth. That's why I bought a fabric chair. If this chair were leather, it would be destroyed. That's why when I buy, computer chairs for my setup, I have to buy fabric chairs because I have a cat that likes to climb. Okay. So, Assassin's Creed resynced. Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. So far, thumbs up. I'm enjoying it. Your guys seem to be enjoying it. Looking forward to more next week. Okay? We did a random night it was actually Thursday night of last week, where I went into my closet. I went into my retro games collection. And for the entire late stream, we went through my NES, Super NES, Genesis, and more, because there was like some PS2, PS1 games. and we looked at them, we documented them, and we looked them up online for value. That was a pretty fun, chill stream where we talked about each game. We hung out and we had a nice, retro time together. It was a good late night hangout session. And we actually found out that a few of those games have some pretty good value, and that I probably would want to protect them because some of them are worth hundreds of dollars, right? But we didn't finish. So what we're going to actually do next week, actually Thursday night, is we're going to do it all again a week later. And this time we're going to go through my Sega CD, 32X, and 32X CD library. And we're going to finish up documenting the games, looking at the conditions, seeing all the stuff inside of them, and seeing what the value is, and getting that collection documented. Then what I'd like to do is look online and see, do they sell protective cases and or storage materials for these retro games? I'm almost positive they do. Like maybe I can actually get a box for NES games, or I could get special cases for the NES games that have value. You see, I want to do that so that way they're properly stored and nicely sorted in my closet, rather than it being a chaotic mess like it's been ever since I bought them like 14, 15 years ago. So we will do that on Thursday night, but that was a really nice chill stream because it went so well. People wanted me to continue it, so we're going to do it again Thursday night, okay? Then we continued on with Friday Night Fights, and man, that was a good one because we started off in CVS 2. Once again, I spanked everyone, even the ultimate grandmasters. They can't hold a candle to me. They're just not good. These people who play online suck, and they roll and mash, and I kick their asses. And then I actually played someone who was really good in Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, but we ran out of time after only playing him for like 20 minutes. So he actually said, you want to play Super Turbo? I was like, yeah, but can you come back next week? So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this guy Frank Dukes, who was actually a character from one of the Van Damme movies, I forget which one. Hopefully he comes back, and on Friday night we can actually have some good matches against him because he's a good Zangief player. I don't know if he uses anyone else, but he was a really good Zangief player. Dark Souls 2 continued on this week. Very, very fun. We did the optional boss fights of the Chariot boss and the Skeleton Lords. We did all of the Huntsman's Cops area. And now we have unlocked the way to the Poison area, which is like the big Poison Windmill and all of that. I forget what it's called, but that's another area that we can go. I'm just gonna. I said if you guys spam nonsense in the kick chat, I'm gonna ban you. No, you can't sit here saying I said the N-word. I didn't. Go fuck yourself. Enjoy your ban. What a bunch of idiots. Fuck off. Okay. So, seriously. So, that was exciting, right? And I got some advice today on perhaps how to stop the invasions, okay? I guess we'll have to see. So, the game is fun. I can't wait to play it more today, but the invasions have gotten out of hand. Like, the invasions have just gotten to the point where it's ridiculous, and I can't take them anymore because I want to play the game. So I'm going to tell you what someone told me today, and we'll see if we can figure that out. But Dark Souls 2, the fan favorite. People show up for it. They love it. More Dark Souls 2 coming, okay? Pal World. Well, I've only played Pal World for a grand total of 1 hour and 50 minutes, all right? What I can tell you is the game looks amazing on PC. Like, the graphics are very, very good. Way better than they even were on the Xbox Series X 2 years ago. The gameplay seems the same. Like, I'm not going to lie. It seems like it's exactly the same loop of, you got to build a base camp. You got to recruit the pals to work the base camp. Then you got to build yourself weapons and armor so you can survive. Then you got to go out and keep doing more pals. Then there's missions, boss fights. It's the same thing. It doesn't seem like they've changed much, besides the fact that maybe they polished it a bit. So we'll see tonight as I get further in and I expand my camp and we do more, how much more is in the game or if it's all the same. I don't know. We'll have to see as we advance and get further in. But people really liked it. They liked the chill vibe, the exploration. And I listened to your advice because during the Pal World stream, we got an incredible amount of support because I introduced the Marvel Magic the Gathering cards, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, okay? And basically, people supported so much, there was nonstop pop-ups on the screen, and people were upset because it was intrusive animations and sound effects, and they were like, we're here for Pal World, and we can't really concentrate. So I listened, and I scaled back the animations. I went back to the retro gaming ones with less sound effects. I actually shrunk my webcam, so there's more of the game on the screen now. I listened directly to what you said. I adjusted it. And hopefully, this will now result in better quality content for you guys, okay? We're playing Pal World again tonight. I don't know how it's going to go, but I hope it'll go well because it was a chill time last time. So hopefully we'll see, if we continue and have fun. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. I only got to play it once this week because we were juggling so much else, notably the 3 streams of Assassin's Creed Black Flag that I did. So, did we have fun? Yes, we absolutely did. We had a good time in Pokemon where we did the water-type gym, and we unlocked the next area to go to where you have to take those Psyducks to have migraine headaches. You get them to move, and then you can move further north. We recruited more Pokemon. We had a good chill time. It was a good stream. Outside of that, the only other thing we really did this week was TCG Card Shop Sim and Pokemon Champions. TCG Card Shop Sim, actually, I felt, got a little better this week because we had the $50,000 tournament, which allowed me to raise an insane amount of money because basically that 50K card was the reward, and everyone paid to enter this tournament, and I made an insane amount of money, right? So because of that, I was able to then expand the store more. I was able to get a whole bunch of new stock. I was able to get the store to be like a huge kick-in store with all this stuff going on. But it ended up becoming very hectic. And what I mean by that is it was very hard for me to concentrate or even talk with the audience because I'm constantly doing things. Now I have the scanner, so I'm running around the store scanning every shelf to restock really fast, like beep, 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 and then everything stocks. Then I got to get the cards in the machine. Then I got to empty the machine. Then I got to put cards out. Then I got to get cards out for grading. Then I got to set up the tournament. Then I got to do this. It's just constant. Even with as much as I'm doing, it's very, very busy. So the suggestion that someone has given me is hire better employees or hire more. That way they'll do even more of it for you and I don't have to do as much. So I'll probably end up doing that when we play again next week. Realistically, how much more could we do in TCG? I don't know. I don't think there's that much left. I think what it is you unlock the final set of cards at level 50, and we're at like level 45, 46 right now. And then after that, it's just expanding the store and doing more of the same. So when we get bored of it, we'll probably stop playing it. For now, we do still seem to keep getting stuff moving. So since people like it, they like chilling, they like seeing the chaos of it, I'm going to keep doing it for now. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Okay? Now we got to talk about, sadly, the one game that just doesn't work. I have tried absolutely, positively everything to make Pokemon Champions work on this channel. Okay? I started playing it when it was brand new months ago. People liked it, but it was like, well, you're already playing other Pokemon games. Come back to it later. So I came back to it when it went cross-play across Switch 2 and mobile devices. And we started off playing single matches, right? Did that for a few weeks, got to Ultra Ball rank. Then people were all complaining, well, this is boring. Everyone actually plays doubles. So then I started playing doubles, and I tried to learn that, okay? I started having interactive sessions with you guys where you would help me to choose which Pokemon to recruit. And I even started doing meta build stuff where you guys would explain, this is how it works. This Pokemon comes in and does this ability, and that buffs the party, and then the next guy comes in, and he's already buffed. So now he has a super ability, and then you use Weather Ball because it already is going to be fire ability. And then you have Pelipper who comes in, he casts the rain, and then this guy comes in, he's buffed because the rain's out there. And you do. So I'm learning everything, right? I've tried 18 hours of this game. I want to say it's 17 to 18 hours of this game. I just can't get a solid, supportive audience for it. I've tried everything. I think 17 plus hours is enough to give it a chance. Last night, basically a bunch of trolls showed up to basically make fun of me because no one was supporting the stream. We made $50 for the entirety of the stream. This is not the first time. This is probably the third or fourth time that the game has performed poorly. All right? If every other game I'm playing that I just mentioned is doing well, and only Pokemon Champion seems to be the game that consistently doesn't get the support, it says something, right? Has nothing to do with, oh, Phil's not successful, blah, blah. All of my streams are doing well, except Pokemon Champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing I can really do to make the game work if it just doesn't work for this audience. And I guess it doesn't. The thing is, I like Pokemon Champions. It's different from standard Pokemon. You get to experience the actual dueling. You get to experience what it's like to have this character buff this character. That's stuff that usually you don't do in standard Pokemon stuff against a computer. The basic combat in Pokemon is easy. This is complex. This is layers of combat that you need to learn. And I actually like that. I like that it's a multiplayer aspect rather than single player. So I have a different multiplayer game in the rotation. Personally, I like it, and I would love to keep it in the rotation. But guys, I just can't make people come out and support it. That's apparent. After trying absolutely everything, changing my style and strategy, the way I play, interacting with you guys, making it all about us working together, it still doesn't work. So what more can I do, right? I'm sorry. For those who like Pokemon Champions, I apologize. I like the game, but 17 hours and it's still not working. I don't know what else to say. Well, someone tipped me $2 and said something insulting about LTG. I'm not going to say that out loud because people will get mad at me for saying it, even though I didn't say it. You know what I mean? But thanks for $2. I appreciate that. I swear you guys rag on LTG way more than I do. I don't even talk about the guy anymore, right? It's like I said, every once in a while, if I get bored or something interesting is going on, I'll bring it up. Like, I could right now bring up the fact that he now owes even more in child support than he did before because he idiotically opened his mouth about it and then he lost all these court rulings, okay? I could do that, and I could go into extensive detail and show you the documents. We could all laugh, but we don't need to do that because I have content. I have content to really put out. I don't need to talk about this embarrassment of the internet, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to be bringing up that kind of crap, all right? So I hope you understand. I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to be doing toxic content like that all the time. Every once in a while, it's okay for variety, but not all the time. Okay, guys? All right. So anyway, I've absolutely tried everything I can to make Pokemon Champions work. I'm sorry. For those who like it, I apologize. I've said right to you guys a million times, please, if you like this game, show up. I've even said, if you show up after the fact, what if you can't make the late night streams of Pokemon Champions? Come by the next day when you can be on stream and support that stream and say, this is for champions. Send a tip. Well, you can send a tip 24/7 via PayPal and say, this is for champions. No one does that. Instead, people say, we want champions. I play it. No one shows up who's positive and no one supports the stream. And I end up with the least supported stream that I get all week every single time I play this game. I've learned my lesson. All right? So I tried it. It doesn't work. We're moving on. All right? No more Pokemon Champions. Okay? Now, a couple other things have been going on this week that I want to address. The elephants in the room, per se. Then we can move on and talk about next week's schedule, which I actually have right in front of me, so you guys know what to expect in the coming week, which is going to be a whopping 9-day streaming week coming up. Okay? Okay. So, number one, let's just talk about the view botting that's been going on this channel that I'm not doing because my detractors are basically trying to make me look bad. Okay? So here's what's happened in the last week, okay? A week ago, my biggest restreamer on YouTube got banned from YouTube for illegally restreaming me, outright violating YouTube's terms of service. YouTube identified it and deleted the channel. The channel's not coming back, okay? So because of that, a lot of those viewers that used to always view this person illegally stealing my content realized he wasn't really me. Because the truth is, a lot of people did think that that was me. And when they were searching on YouTube, they would find this channel inadvertently thinking that's DSP, and they would watch my content through that channel, but that channel would absorb the views, the ad revenue, memberships, super chats, all on the guise of impersonating me, okay? Which is illegal. You can't do it. I mean, even Keemstar himself did a show on me and then wanted to basically pay me for it. And then he hosted his stream instead of mine, and the guy made like thousands of dollars from the Keemstar viewers or the Lolcow viewers. They dumped money on the guy because he steals my content, okay? So it was never going to fly. It was just a matter of time, and finally someone recognized it and shut the asshole down, okay? So since that's happened, basically what happened is this. The case has always been that those viewers that watch me on the illegal restreamer would never actually watch my content on my channel. They're only there because it's illegally restreamed, okay? Therefore, if the illegal restreamer got shut down, I would never benefit from it, okay? So that was the argument. Despite the fact that I've had numerous people come into my chat and say, oh, I didn't realize this is the real stream. I was watching over there. I actually donated over there. This has happened a bunch of times over the years, okay? Even the Keemstar thing. There's your prime example, okay? So immediately when this guy got shut down, I started noticing for a day, day and a half, my views were up. I went from having an average stream of around 200 to 250 viewers up to 300, 400 viewers. Immediately, I had like a third to half, or I'd say 33% to 50% more viewers on my stream. Because naturally, people looking for DSP, my stream comes up now. Instead of the thief, they come to me. In fact, I even noticed that on Kick, I had an increase. Why? Because apparently the guy also got told by Kick, you can't illegally restream. This is against the terms of service. So he had to stop restreaming me there too. Therefore, the Kick viewers also came over to my official channel on Kick. And I went from on average around 100, 110 viewers up to like 150, 180 viewers. So I'm getting tons of extra viewers. And just for the record, yes, this accounts for extra income and extra relevance for the channel. It means the channel will now get suggested out more to more people because it's getting more engagement. You see, this all directly helps me. So all these years that I've been saying this guy stealing my content is hurting me, and all the detractors said, oh no, that's a lie, was incorrect. I was always right. They were always wrong. The guy was always breaking the law. He never had the right to do what he did, and he was directly hurting my business. Okay? So here's what's been happening in the last week. First of all, that guy apparently is still doing this, only he's doing it over on Twitch. To be honest with you, I don't give a shit. I don't stream on Twitch. So he can sit over there in Liberalville as much as he wants with all the weirdos and wackos over there and lie and say that he's me. Twitch doesn't like me. They're likely never would, even if I were to actually reach out to them and be like, hey, this guy's still in, they probably wouldn't even listen to me because they don't like me at all. That's why they departnered me and everything. So fuck them. I don't give a shit. At least I'm not streaming on Twitch, right? So no one's going to go to Twitch searching for Darkside Phil because I don't stream on Twitch. All right? If they come to YouTube and they're searching for me and they find this other guy, that's a problem. Because now they think it's me and this guy gets the views and attention. That's not right, and that hurts my business. It's not really hurting my business to do it on Twitch that much because I don't stream on Twitch. Do you see what I'm saying? Obviously, he should not be able to do it on Twitch. He should be shut down immediately. It's against Twitch's terms of service. It's against the law. He should be immediately have his channel suspended and shut down on Twitch this moment. But sadly, the world isn't perfect, right? So lesser of two evils, absolutely. Lesser of two evils here is that he's over there, right? But here's what happened. Within 2 days of this guy being shut down on YouTube, my views were way up. And I had been proven right from everything I had said all along about how this guy was hurting my business. Well, the detractors don't like that, right? They don't want to see that what I said was true. They don't want to admit that I was right all along because that means that they were wrong all along. So some asshole has been coming by every day view-botting my YouTube channel, okay? This happens all the time, for the record. Many times a year someone does this. I don't know why they do it because it literally affects nothing, okay? For the record, now from my experience, I can tell you if someone view-bots you on YouTube, you don't get those views. The YouTube system is very good at figuring out view botting and how it works. And therefore, even though you'll see an inflated number of views on the stream, they don't count towards the stream. You don't get ad revenue for them. They don't stick in your metrics. When the stream goes offline, YouTube's algorithm says, oh, that was bots and kicks them off and they don't count. Okay? So that's the good news. It doesn't affect anything negatively. People have done this to me a million times. I'm not doing it. I publicly said, I don't want view bots. Get the hell off my stream, but I can't control it. You can't stop someone from doing this to you. Okay? It happens, right? So you might say, why on earth are they doing this? Because they want my views to look fake so that they can say, oh, you see, there's no way to prove that Phil got more views as a result of this guy being shut down. They don't want me to be proven right. So by artificially inflating the view count that you guys can see, you can't tell how many real viewers I have. And they figure, see, now he can't be proven right. It's fucked up. But again, more malicious activity towards me and my channel. Why? Because I got all the W's recently, right? I shut down the guy who was freezing my chat, made it so that he can't freeze anyone's chat ever again, and YouTube fixed the bug. The illegal restreamer got shut down, and now I'm getting better views and better engagement on YouTube. So because I'm getting W's left, right, up, and down here, they're pissy about it. They can't handle the fact that Phil's owning them. So instead, they fuck around. Oh, let me inflate his views, make him look like a cheating asshole, right? Make him look like LTG, because LTG literally has view botted endlessly for years and years. So, like, make Phil look like that now, right? Well, guess what? I've already said it a million times. I don't want it. I want it to be shut down. It bothers me. I don't like looking at that and not knowing how many legit viewers I have. And it sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it, okay? You'll see today, it'll fluctuate. It'll go up and down and up and down. Sometimes it'll be there. Sometimes it'll be gone. You can tell when it's legit. Like when it's legit, I usually have between 300, 400 viewers. And then when they leave, or when these bots come, all of a sudden it'll go jump up by hundreds. And then it'll go down again all of a sudden out of nowhere. It's fucked up. You know? There's nothing I can do about it whatsoever. Streamers have no control over it, okay? So it is a problem on YouTube. I'm just happy that YouTube doesn't hold it against you, and YouTube doesn't count it. I don't want artificial views. I don't want artificial, I don't want to be making revenue I didn't earn. That's bullshit. I want it to all be legit. So I know how successful I am, and I know what I'm doing right and wrong. So, yeah, whoever's doing it, you're mentally deranged. Stop fucking doing it. But I can't twist your arm to make you stop because I don't know who you are, because you're a coward on the internet, anonymous. Stop fucking doing it, you pussy bitch. Okay. Okay, so I got a couple shout outs to do. Someone tipped $1.11, said, I thought it was a funny joke about LTG, but I guess I'm stuck in 2013. I'm sorry. I mean, you know, I can't say that kind of stuff, right? This guy's insulting LTG in a very bad way, and he thinks I'm going to read his comment. I can't. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Alrighty. So that's basically what's been going on. And then the other big thing that happened this week. Here we go. Earlier in the week, I finished up the box of Chaos Rising cards. All right. It was a good box. We ended up getting a hit to the point where now we have the entire set of Froakie evolutions from Chaos Rising, and all the art actually connects. It was really cool that we got that whole set. When we finished with Chaos Rising, we moved on to a new Japanese set called Stellar Miracle. And we were opening these for about a day and a half. But some people are like, we're not sold on the Japanese cards because you can't really read them. I think the art is outstanding on these. And we are going to go back to this for the record, okay? But as I was doing these, I had an idea. And I said, why don't we try something completely different? For the first time ever, why don't we try Magic cards? So I bought this box of Marvel Superheroes booster packs. 30 packs, and it's been going well. People seem to like them, and it's been good for variety rather than just doing Pokemon nonstop. It was good to try something different. People wanted something different, so there you go. So how has it gone? First off, there was absolutely overwhelming early support for them, okay? Tons and tons of people contributed to see these unpacked. And within the first day, we did half the box. I'm not even kidding. The first day that I introduced those a few days ago, we opened half the box in one day. Okay? Since then, we've opened most of the packs. There's only 6 packs left in that box. It's very possible that today we could finish the box and move back to the Stellar Miracle cards and then go from there. Okay? So, how are the cards? I think they look good. Some people disagree. I think that they look good. I like the art. I like the design. It's a little confusing finding out if a card's worth something. With a Pokemon card, usually if it's a full art card, or you can tell it's a special illustration that's very different from the regular card, you know it probably has value. With these cards, you have no idea. Like, does this one have value or not? Well, let's see. It's got the little holofoil symbol on the bottom. That's a maybe. It's got a little M that's either colored gold or orange. That's a maybe. Ooh, it's foil, holofoil. That's a maybe. But there's no telling. So I end up having to scan a whole bunch of cards, and some of them are of value and some aren't. I got last night my best hit ever from the box. A $21 card right here, Photon. It's a beautiful double-sided card that's holofoil. It actually, in my opinion, is a very high-quality card. It looks kind of better than the Pokemon stuff. It really does. And what's weird about that is that card is worth $21 out of a box that's a third of the cost of some of the Pokemon boxes that I bought, and I only got like $10 cards in those. Seriously. So for the amount of hits that I'm getting in the Marvel box, in reality, that box is actually a better box and more valuable than most of the Pokemon boxes that I've opened. I'm not lying. Now, obviously, I haven't gotten hundreds of dollars of cards, from that box, but a $21 hit out of a box that's a third of the cost of a standard Pokemon box, it's pretty darn good. All right. Now, some people have been saying, well, that's bad that you've got that box because it's the wrong box. That there's a box called a collector's box. And that box is way better because you get tons of valuable hits. That's great, but the collector's box costs $450 before tax and before shipping. The collector's box only has 12 packs in it. Okay? So that would mean that each pack in the collector's box is around $45 for 15 cards. Okay? What are the chances do you think you're going to have those packs, you're going to open them, and it's going to be worth that? Every single pack you open is going to have $50 of value? I don't think so. Do you want to know what the collector's box is? The rip-off box. It's a box that only collectors would ever bother getting because they absolutely want the most valuable cards, and they end up burning a ridiculous amount of money going through them, and they don't get the cards they want. It's gambling, right? That's not what I'm into. I'm into card collection. I'm into having fun with you, looking at the cards. Ooh, a hit, that's extra. But it's not about, I'm going to spend big bucks gambling to see if I can get the $1,000 Mind Stone card. Who cares? Right? It's not worth it. If it was a chance to get it in a reasonably priced box, or if the box had more packs, right? Let's say the box had 30 packs. All right. Well, now each pack is actually worth about 15, 20 bucks rather than 45. All right, that's more reasonable because we have more cards to open. The box will last longer, right? But I'm not going to buy a $500 box of cards with 12 packs that will burn through in 3 days. That's ridiculous. So, no, I'm not doing that, okay? If we're going to do Magic the Gathering, we're going to do the standard booster boxes because they seem to be good. There's a good variety of cards. I like how the cards look. We get good hits, and it lasts a bit. Can you imagine? Just think about it this way. If I had bought the collector's box of Marvel cards, we would have opened it the first night. $500 gone in a finger snap. Just like Thanos snapping everyone with the Infinity Gauntlet, right? No, I'm not doing that. That's stupid, okay? So, it's gone well. We have 6 packs left of Marvel MTG. Today, please support the streams because in truth, my goal for today is to open those packs. I would like to finish opening the 6 remaining Marvel packs today. I would like it so that when we come back on Thursday, we're going back to Stellar Miracle for a few days. And then my new set, the Pitch Black English set of Pokemon cards, will be shipping soon. Tomorrow, Pokemon Center is supposed to charge me for those cards and ship them. And I just got notification that the reseller, who I originally had reserved a box with, also is processing my shipment. And that will be en route probably over the course of this week. I would assume I probably won't have that till early next week. But maybe, fingers crossed, maybe Pokemon Center will actually ship my cards tomorrow. And maybe I'll have them by the end of the week. It would be cool to start opening Pitch Black here on stream by the end of the week. Okay? So we'll see what happens. But we're going to do Stellar Miracle in the interim until Pitch Black shows up. And then we're going to have Pitch Black for a while. All right? So please support today's streams. Let's get big support for Dark Souls 2 and the return of DSP Tries It. Let's get support for Pal World tonight. Let's open the remaining 6 packs and finish Marvel tonight. So next week we start fresh with Pokemon. And I'm not opposed to opening more Magic cards, but I need to know what you guys want. For example, they have a Hobbit set coming up. Would you be interested in seeing me opening Lego The Hobbit? I'd like to know. Okay? Would you be interested in anything else? All right? I don't know. So let me know if you want to do that instead. But in the meantime, we know what we're doing for Pokemon in the near future. Okay? Cool. All right. So that's what happened with the cards all week. I hope that sounds good. So what are we doing next week? A good variety of content. All right? Let's talk about it. When I come back on Thursday, it's going to be more Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync paired with that retro games grading stream of the Sega CD 32X CD games. And then once we have all that documented, I'm going to do research together with you and we're going to see, hey, are there like storage boxes for these games that I could get? Like, can I get a big NES storage box? Are there boxes for individual games that have value? Can I get like a storage case for SNES or whatever, right? That would be cool, obviously. All right. Hold on one second while I take care of the mentally deranged idiots who are spamming. There's only like 4 or 5 of them. They're very stupid morons. Okay, got them all. Cool. All right. So, okay, got them all. Cool. All right. So, we're going to do that Thursday night. Friday, we're going to continue on with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond on the day stream. And then Friday night will be Friday Night Fights, old school Street Fighter fun. It went really well last week. Hoping for another solid week. Saturday, Dark Souls 2 continues, and we're going to go with TCG Card Shop Sim. Don't worry, if Pal World works tonight, yes, Pal World will stay in the rotation for next week. Now, next week, I'm here 9 days. Because of that, obviously, there is potential. We could have a night or two where we have those Steam chill nights where we go into Steam and you guys recommend games and maybe I check out a few. We'll probably do that. Maybe what I'll do is one night I'll actually pick a game to just play like I did last time. Remember I played Before Your Eyes, and that went really well. So maybe I'll just take a night and play a game like that for a couple of hours and see how it goes. Or maybe I'll take suggestions, and then we will do that as well. All right? So that's next week. It'll be a good balance. Keep in mind, is there new stuff this month? Yes. Once we get to July, I want to say it's 23rd, 24th, that's the Marvel Tokon beta. And I believe at the end of the month, there's the Halo campaign remastered, re-evolved, whatever the hell it's called. And I'll probably check that out too. So there will be other new stuff going on by the end of the month. Okay? All right. There we go. Holy crap. That was a lot to talk about. It's 51 minutes into the show. Holy shit. I wasn't expecting to talk that long. So here's what we're going to do. Let's open it up to Q&A. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. Do you have suggestions for more cards? Do you have suggestions for games? Do you just want to chat about a certain topic? Tag me in either chat. Let's see what you want to talk about. And please support the stream. Let's go. Let's get some momentum. Let's get our first sub and our first kicks on kick for the day. Let's get our first membership over on YouTube. Let's get some momentum going towards opening these cards so that we can finish off these final 6 packs today. Let's go. Sheena Estevez, I don't have a YouTube Mount Rushmore because I don't watch YouTube regularly. Play Fear and Hunger. No. Would I ever win sports cards? Probably not. I don't know anything at all about sports cards. I also don't know if sports cards even have chase cards or anything. I don't pay attention to sports. So, would I do challenges for donations? No. Do I like strawberry lemonade? Probably. Depends on from where it is. I don't like anything too sugary, but I probably would like it. Will I ever go back to Street Fighter 6 for Friday Night Fights? Eventually, maybe. Right now, 0 plans to do so. Do I believe intelligent aliens exist somewhere in the universe? Maybe. Dark Lady Goss says Resident Evil cards. Are there Resident Evil cards? By the way, Nozold with a $2 super chat, and we get our first flex of the day. Yeah. It's hard to see the flex. Oh, there we go. It's hard to see the flex with this shirt. Yeah. Thank you, Nozold, for $2. And he says, would you do a randomizer Elden Ring run? Maybe. Maybe in the future. That would be a mod on existing Elden Ring. I'm not really heavily into mods. The mods that I'm doing, I'm trying to do are very simple, so I don't F the game up. I also don't know how that would work, but I'm not completely against it. Do I like French food or Spanish food? More Spanish. Like French food, I think I've had once or twice ever, and I actually did not like it. But we regularly would go to like Mexican restaurants and things like that, and we like that kind of cuisine. Well, I open more packs on WWE Champions. There's no such thing as packs on WWE Champions. WWE Champions is a mobile game. And no, I'm never playing WWE Champions again. I've been long done with that. Like I said, I've quit all mobile games. I play absolutely no mobile games whatsoever, and I have no desire to do so. I think they're a waste of time. Any plans on playing Delta Room? I've already made the offer that if people commit to showing up, engaging, and supporting, I would play Delta Room. I really liked when we played Undertale years ago, and I would 100% play Delta Room. However, every time someone asks about it, there seems to be an initial interest, and then no one follows up. Meaning, people say, oh, maybe I would like to see that, and then I never hear about it again for another 5 months. And then all of a sudden, 1 or 2 other people ask, and then it'll die out again. From what I'm to understand, Deltarune's not done yet, right? It's still not done. He's just like very slowly releasing these episodes over the years. So maybe it makes more sense to wait till the entire game is done and playing it all then. I don't know. Because the way I see it is this. Let's say I play Deltarune, right? And we played through all of it within, say, a month, on and off, we're playing it, and we beat the whole thing in a month, but it's not done. So now we got to wait for more episodes to come out, and by the time they come out, does anyone care? That whole episodic thing, I was never sold on. I like just being able to have the whole game at once. Does that make sense? Play Magic Arena. What is that? I don't know what that is. Didn't I play Deltarune 7 years ago? When episode 1 was released, I believe I played it, and then there was nothing else to play. Now, since then, I think tons of episodes have been released, but that's what I mean. Like, I don't go back every time an episode's released to play it. I just like, oh, well, does anyone have an interest? And sometimes people say yes and sometimes no, but it's still not done. Like, the game's still going, right? I don't think it's ever going to end at this rate. I don't know what OSU is. There is a Resident Evil card game, but it's not by Magic the Gathering. I'm going to be opposed to it. The thing is, I want to do stuff people like. All right? I was doing the Pokemon cards, and as I was doing them, people started bringing up Magic. And Magic became a topic that people kept saying, hey, would you open Magic? And I was like, I don't know because I don't play Magic, right? But then when I found out that there were these themed things, you know what I'm saying? And I started saying, oh, can I do the themed stuff? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Let's do a nice flex here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, NoCap, for $2. I'll shout that out in a second. But once I found out that there were themed decks of Magic the Gathering, I said, oh, perhaps I will actually do them then. No, the arm is not less muscular. I did a different flex. If I did the flex like this, it would have looked exactly the same as the other arm, see? In fact, I think this arm looks bigger. Look. This arm actually is bigger than the other, I think. It's just the different angle of the flex. When I do it like this, my arm's way further back, so it looks smaller because of the camera. But I've explained to you a million times, and apparently you guys don't understand how cameras work, so you're very confused. Anyway, so the reason I did Magic is because people were suggesting Magic, and I looked into it. I was like, oh, they have a new Marvel set that just came out. I like Marvel. I know the characters. This would be neat to open them and be able to understand the product, right? So if there's themed stuff that I get, like if there is a themed set of cards that's Resident Evil, well, I know Resident Evil. It'd be cool to maybe open those, right? But only if people want it. I want something that people would have interest in. I don't think that it would make sense for me to just opening a set no one heard of. I didn't even know these exist. And people are like, well, is it a hit or not? Does it have any value? No one knows. No one cares, right? So you guys tell me, you guys know TCG better than I do. If you have suggested cards, sets, things you'd like to see me open, you think it would be fun, suggest it. We'll look at it together. But I don't want to just jump into something headfirst, not knowing what I'm getting into. Does that make sense? So, NoCap, thanks for $2. No, we're not bringing back vest goals. In fact, we did Indivestance Day on July 4th, and quite frankly, no one really cared. We only got through, what, 5 vests? That was it? No one gave a shit about the vests anymore, so it looks like they may be permanently retired. Maybe I'll get rid of them. Because I don't think anyone cares about them, honestly. Olympian says, as far as Magic cards go, the only other ones that would interest me is Final Fantasy. See, I understand that, and that makes sense. They don't seem readily available, though. Like, I looked it up. One guy that's selling them is a scammer. People have outright said this guy scams, and he opens the packs and reseals them in the reviews of the place. So I wouldn't want to order from that guy. And everyone else, it didn't seem that they were readily available anywhere. They just sold out right away and never have been available again. So I don't know how I could get the Final Fantasy cards. I'd be interested in them. They look good, but they don't seem like you could buy them anywhere. Thoughts on Obsidian announcing work on a new Fallout? I mean, there's mixed thoughts, right? I outright said that Bethesda needs to cut the shit and needs to stop making stuff no one wants and needs to focus on making the games people want. That means they have to actually fucking finish Elder Scrolls 6 within the next few years and sell it. They actually need to start working on Fallout again because that's what people want, but instead they're pumping out bullshit, right? Expansions for Doom. No one fucking cares, all right? That's going to sell 10, 20,000. Who gives a fuck? Make good games that people are asking for in demand. Yeah, it's nice every once in a while to give variety, but give us what we actually want. Stop giving us 7,000 DLCs for Fallout 76. You have one installed fan base for that has not grown. It's the same fucking people who were playing it day one, yet you still sell content to them rather than looking at the gamer community at large who are asking you for new Fallout, asking you for new Elder Scrolls, and you just keep saying, oh, it's not ready yet. It's not that it's not ready, it's that you refuse to make it. There's 2 seasons of Fallout TV show that have come out in the time period you've put out no Fallout content, and you wonder why you can't sell any product, because you're not making the product that people would want. You're an idiot. Todd Howard is a fucking idiot. Hate to say it. He's lost his way. He's a moron. He doesn't know how to make that company do anything, right? So now what's happened is Obsidian is pumping out stinker after stinker. First Avowed, no one likes it. Then Outer Worlds 2, no one likes it. So now, basically, Asha Sharna, now in charge of Xbox, went to Obsidian and said, stop making bullshit. Stop making stinkers no one wants. You must absolutely make games people want. Well, guess what people want? Fallout. Guess what you used to make? Fallout. So guess what you're making now? Fallout. Shut the fuck up. Stop making garbage. Pump out Fallout. Have a nice day. And now they're working on it, right? So that's good. Hopefully, they can still make good Fallout. The problem is, it's been a long time since they made Fallout. So it very well could be that they go to make a new Vegas or a new Fallout, and it plays like Outer Worlds and no one likes it. So that's not good. We'll have to see what happens, but at least they're working on stuff that people want, as opposed to our bullshit side projects that end up sucking shit. Make things that people want. You own the IPs. Why are you not putting out the IPs people are asking you for? What are you talking about? Please listen to this idiot. Name 10 comic stories you like. You can't. You've been caught faking it. Just off the top of my head, Days of Future Past of X-Men is amazing. The original plot line. I like the 1990s Chris Claremont, Jim Lee new X-Men run, where the X-Men basically formed 2 teams, and then they went up against the Acolytes and Magneto, but then you find out that Magneto got betrayed by his head Acolyte, and there's this whole plot line there. That's really cool. I like the Executioner's Song, which was this insane crossover between all of the X-Men comics in the 90s when there was like a zillion of them. Or how about the Age of Apocalypse, when all of Marvel got rebooted with an alternate multiverse timeline where Apocalypse ruled the world? What about Onslaught, where Professor Xavier actually got his mind kind of corrupted by Magneto, and it became this weird psychic entity that took over the Marvel universe, not just X-Men, but everyone. Like the Avengers were fighting him and everything. Okay? How about Maximum Carnage, the insanely cool 90s crossover event in Spider-Man, where Spider-Man teamed up with Venom to fight Carnage and a whole bunch of supervillains, and then all these heroes jumped in, like Captain America, Deathlock, Cloak and Dagger, and more. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a poser, right? I didn't read comics. Should I keep going? Should I talk about Image Comics and Youngblood and Spawn? Should I talk about the death of Superman? Should I talk about Nightfall? Should I talk about Batman getting his back broken by Bane? Should I talk about the comics that I actually read in the 90s, or are you going to shut the fuck up now? Okay, shut the fuck up, thanks. Idiots. And also, in addition to everything I just mentioned, I actually used to read Archie Comics versions of popularized stuff. So I used to read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Archie Comics, and I also used to read Sonic the Hedgehog Archie Comics. So I was these more cartoony, kidsy comics, but then I was also reading like the real stuff, and then it got to the edgy stuff like Image Comics. I was into all of that in the 90s. Okay, so guys, I would like to end the podcast soon. We don't have to rush to the end, but I would like to end it soon so we can get some gameplay in of Dark Souls 2 here. But guys, it would be great to get some support. As you can see, support has been very slow coming this morning. We're only at $12. If you like the podcast, if you like the stream, if you liked everything I was doing and you like what's coming up next week, please support this show and this stream. All right, I want to come back. Last night I had really low support stream with Champions. Today we're doing Dark Souls 2, which is a fan favorite. Please support the stream today, okay? Extreme Machine says, if you like Onslaught, I'd recommend watching X-Men 97. It's really good. The direction they're heading is Xavier clearly toward adapting the Onslaught storyline. The thing is, I used to watch the X-Men cartoon in the 1990s? Yes, I did. I liked it. It was a 90s thing, you know. It was a huge thing in the 90s. Kids loved it, right? When they announced, oh, X-Men 97 it's coming back, I was like, oh. It's kind of like, oh, they're bringing back He-Man. Oh. G.I. Joe will return. Oh, there's a new Ninja Turtles. Oh. You know, that was stuff I liked when I was a kid. Do I still think X-Men is cool? Sure, I do. I'll play the Wolverine game later this year. But I don't want to get heavily back into X-Men again. I'm in my 40s. I don't really care about the continuation of the cartoon I watched in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? If there was a new cartoon that started over, maybe I'd be more interested. If it was adult-oriented, maybe I'd be more interested. I don't really care about X-Men 97 nostalgia. You know what I mean? I guess some people just really love X-Men and want to get into it. For me, it's like, I don't really care. I wouldn't want to watch the Ninja Turtles either. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about that anymore. Does that make sense? Well, Extreme Machine says, yes, now it is targeted towards adults now with more mature scenes. The other thing is, how do you watch it, right? It's Disney Plus, is it not? Or whatever. Like, you have to have a certain subscription service to watch it. And I'm not into that either. Like, I'm not going to get subscriptions just to watch the one show. Right now, I'm watching, like, nothing. Like, no lie. Every once in a while, I casually watch a horror movie or something. I'm not really watching anything right now. I'm very busy. But maybe I would get into it. I appreciate the suggestion. I don't even know how you watch it, though. The Pal World stream is the late stream tonight. The stream starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Gameplay starts roughly around 7:30. Show a comic I own. I don't own any anymore. I gave them all away. I was a big avid comic collector and reader in the 90s, and then I stopped doing that, and I gave them all away to my friend. And apparently they were stored in a basement that flooded, and he lost them all. They're all destroyed. It wouldn't matter because all the comics from the 90s have zero value. What happened was the 90s were a big, like we're doing right now with this stuff right here, okay? There was a big collection boom in the 1990s. It was comic books, cards, Beanie Babies. There were a few waves. Like there was the freaking Tickle Me Elmo. There was the Furby shit. Tomodachi's. Is it Tomodachi's? No, Tamagotchis, whatever they were called. Those little digital things, right? And a few more things. And it was just a big explosion of collectathon stuff in the 90s that all had high value. And then all of a sudden in the early 2000s, the internet became prominent. The bubble broke. And no one cared. Now you can buy those comics from the 90s that people thought were going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars for pennies. They got them at flea markets. They got them at discount stores. Seriously, like X-Force, X-Men, Spawn, those comics. Oh, this is $40, $50 issue. It's like 10 cents now because no one cares about that shit. It all just died out. Did he? Gar says, my father owned a comic shop in the 90s. Comic shops were kicking in the 90s. I used to go to my local comic shop. I supported it like crazy. I pre-ordered boxes of cards. I regularly went in there and every week bought new comic books. And then all of a sudden, there was a decline, right? No one really cared anymore. And I remember, like, my local mall had a big comic area in FYE. And then they phased it out because no one cared about comics anymore, you know? That's how this stuff goes. It's in phases. So right now, what's all the rage? This kind of stuff. There's entire stores of TCG and tabletop gaming, and right now it's prominent. In 10 years, it might all be dead again, and no one gives a shit. And this card that's worth $265 will be worth $2.65. That's the nature of it, man. That's how it works. Did I have any Beanie Babies? I think I had one. I remember having a dog. Like a dog Beanie Baby. I think a beagle or something like that. But I don't remember. No, Princess Luna says, did you hear Pokemon Center has told GameStop they can't jack up prices anymore? No. How would Pokemon Center determine that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Unless Pokemon Center has a direct relationship with GameStop and they sell direct to them behind the scenes, they have no right to determine resellers' market prices at all. Anything you buy from anyone, you can then resell it for whatever you want. They don't have any right to determine that at all. Unless the only thing is they can say, well, we have a relationship with GameStop. We sell direct to them. And now we've decided we're not going to sell direct to them anymore because they jack the prices up too much. If that's the case, that makes sense. They do? Okay. Princess Luna says they're giving them a direct allocation. Then they could do that. They could say, hey, it's our prerogative. Since we have this special business relationship, you can't do this anymore. Yeah. I wonder if they'll do that with more because, like we've just determined recently, even the mom and pop comic shops, the mom and pop card shops do it. Like this card shop that's local to me, people have said, yeah, they have the cards and they're this price. I was like, that's the scalper price. That's what I could pay online right now to get that same box. So what's the difference of going to the local shop or ordering online? It's the same price, right? And yeah, GameStop is marking these up and making tons of profits. You're right. Connor, thank you for a $2 super chat. I'm not reading your toxic message, but I'm accepting your money and I'm keeping it. Oh, let's see here. Did I have a look at the new PlayStation Flex stick? Yeah, we looked at it together. We looked at it together a week or two ago. Excuse me. And I said, maybe I would get it, maybe I wouldn't. At this point, I'm not going to get it. I don't think I want it because I'm okay. I like my Victrix fight stick. I've already replaced all the parts in it, so I'm using the parts I like. I like the metal base of it. It's a good solid, case for a stick. I don't play fighting games often enough that I think I need more than one fight stick. Just saying. So I think I'm good with what I got. Really? Princess Luna says, the Pokemon vending machine at the supermarket actually had packs available yesterday when I was there. Last week, I went to the supermarket, and every few weeks, I'll check on a whim, right? Because I was there on a Wednesday rather than a Saturday, and I was like, oh, maybe they'll have different stock. I went on the Wednesday, and I checked. The actual machine only had 5 products listed, and it was a few boosters. It was like a Chaos Rising booster, there was like 2 boosters. One was Scarlet Violet set, which I was surprised that was in there. And then a few individual packs, and it was all sold out. There was only like 5 items in the machine. Now, previously, that machine had listed whole boxes, like whole booster boxes. That wasn't even listed anymore. So I don't know if they're just not stocking it, and as the things are sold out, they just don't care. I'm not sure. But yeah, mine is like dead empty, and no one cares. I guess, who knows if they ever even restock the thing. Someone tipped me $1 and big ups to Lord Burnell, Queen Cat, and the Prince Jasper. Well, thank you for the $1 tip, whoever that was. That was nice of you. By the way, Live Will, I did unban you. So hopefully you can talk and chat. I did unban you, but I don't see you talking. Connor did another $2 super chat. And it's another message I'm not going to read, but thanks for $2. No, I'm not going to play Splatoon Raiders. No one cares about Splatoon around here, sadly. I played the first Splatoon for a long time. And then I tried to play that latest Splatoon, if you remember. No one cared. What was it, 2-3 years ago? I played it one stream. Everyone was like, this game sucks. And no one showed up and no one supported it. I was like, all right, forget it. So I'm not getting the next Splatoon. All right. I'm getting ready to end the show. Probably another 5-10 minutes. Thank you for chilling. I hope now you know what's coming. Next week is going to be a crazy week. 9 freaking streaming days, right? That's going to be wild. I hope you'll show up and engage and hang out with me with all the good stuff that we're going to be doing. I'm excited for the new Pitch Black cards that we're going to be opening. So first time ever, I'm opening a brand new set of Pokemon cards as it, arrives and is new. So that will be fun. And, you know, thank you for being here. Please, let's get support for this stream. Let's hit some milestones so we can open the final Marvel cards. Again, we have 6 packs left. I want to get through those today. So when we come back on Thursday, we're back to Pokemon. We'll start with the Japanese. We'll go to Pitch Black. This should be good. So please get support today. Can we get a significant tip? Can we get a super chat? Can we get, our first subs or kicks on kick? Let's go. Let's get some momentum going. And let's get some milestones hit so we can open some packs, right? Let's go. Yes, I changed the music to the cool beats this morning. That's what this is called, cool beats. Because I had it on set to exciting for like 2 weeks. And I was like, all right, let me, set it back. Nozzled, we're doing DSP Tries It today. He says, what's for dinner? We're doing DSP Tries It. We're trying a sandwich. Would I open One Piece cards? I haven't looked into it yet. People are saying that One Piece is another card thing that has really high value and is very much in demand. If that's the case, I would assume that they're going to be insanely overexpensive, right? They're not going to be readily available or anything. Nothing here says I would recommend opening the new set ASAP. Regardless of milestones, you'll hit the algorithm. Yeah, but I'm not doing this to hit the algorithm. I'm never going to blow up on YouTube opening packs of cards. You know that, right? This is just nice supplemental content. It's variety for my existing base. Yes, there's probably a few new people watching me do it. I'm not going to hit the algorithm. The only way I would hit the algorithm is if I get the best card in the set within the day that it comes out, right? Because first of all, influencers already have it. All right, let's be honest. Pokemon influencers already have the set, already opened it. So everyone already knows the whole set, okay? Sucks, but that's just how it works. Everyone gets everything early these days. If you're a normal person, you don't get preference, right? So already it's spoiled, just like video games. So I'm not going to get that day one nonsense, never, because people already have it, right? Now, on day one when it comes out, which is the 17th, okay? So that would be, what, Friday? I'm probably not going to have it, all right? Likely what'll happen is the reseller is going to get it on the 17th, and they're going to send it to me, and I'm going to have to wait for it to show up, okay? I got notification this morning that they generated the shipment, but nothing has been moved yet. They're saying they're awaiting the item, probably because the reseller doesn't have it yet and won't have it until the 17th. Then I'm going to have to wait for it to ship to my place, which is probably 2-3 days. So I probably won't have the reseller box till early next week, okay? The Pokemon Center box, maybe there's a chance I'll get that earlier because that comes direct from the people who make the cards. But I don't know how fast they ship them, okay? That's on them. They give you free shipping, so who knows? They slow boat it. I don't know. So I'm going to have to be sitting around waiting for the Pokemon Center cards to show up. So I'm not going to have these cards on release day. I'm not. Unless Pokemon Center ships them early, I'm not going to get them in time for the 17th. Likely the earliest I'll have them is early next week, I'm thinking. Now, the good thing is this is a 9-day week for me. So at the very least, I will be here to open them whenever they show up, okay? But yeah, I don't think I'm going to actively be getting them. Everyone else who's so crazy about this will probably find some means to get them right away. I won't. So there's nothing I can really do about that. And what I would say is I hope that Pokemon Center ships it early. If we get them on Friday, absolutely, I want to open this box on Friday. But I'm not going to just rip the whole thing. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Oh, it's my box of Pitch Black. Let's rip the whole thing now. What? That's not going to work. Nothing here says you're unselling yourself. Unpackers are boring and the cameras are crap. You're entertaining and opening packs with a good setup. TCG fans would totally watch your unpackings. Well, let me put it this way. My unpackings, on average, get 300 to 400 views. That's on par with a regular gameplay part for me. Okay, seriously. So my unpackings are not doing numbers. They're not. Even when I title it, got the big hit, maybe I'll get a couple hundred extra views. I'll get 600, 700 views. My stuff's not hitting the algorithm. No one knows DSP gaming for packs, for card stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yes, please like the stream. If you're here enjoying and you're looking forward to Dark Souls 2, which is going to start in just a couple of minutes, please give the stream a like on YouTube. The likes help a lot for engagement. Right now, the likes would help a ton because, as you can see, this idiot has been view botting me and won't stop. So if you can like the stream, we'll get an actual gauge for how many people are here and enjoying the content, as opposed to the bots that don't do anything good. You know, it'd be great to actually get some real engagement. Jamal Brown says, I'm here for the pack openings. That's great, Jamal. So you should support the stream so we can actually open some cards. Right now, we're at a whopping $17 to support. We're a far cry from opening any cards at the first milestone. Like I said, let's get someone to do a $50 contribution right now. Whether it's a super chat, 5,000 kicks, 10 subs, a bunch of memberships, right? A tip, a $50 tip would be nice. Let's go. Let's go. Boom. That immediately unlocks a pack opening. And then we got 5 to go. Let's do it. Well, I'll take your word for it. Nothing here says, in terms of production value, my unpackings are actually better than most. That's crazy to me to hear. Seriously, because, you know, I was Mr. Awful production value for the longest time, and it only was in the last couple of years that I got to a good level. So I'm shocked to hear that my unpackings are actually of good quality. I really am. This is great. Big Baller Mike says, why not just open all of these packs for free to entertain the audience? Hey, Big Baller Mike, why don't you just mail me your wallet? Because that's really entertaining to me. Because it's not realistic. What you're saying is stupid. That's why. Why don't you just do everything forever for free? Why don't you just starve and be destitute in the streets? Why don't you just get rid of your house and live in the gutter? Okay, that sounds like a good idea, Big Baller Mike, but you first. Oh, my God. What's a little extreme? Asking me to open cards for free? That's correct. That is incredibly extreme. Absolutely unacceptable behaviors. How could you? All right. All right. I think it's time to end our podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. We had a lot to talk about. When I come back on Thursday, we'll do another one. Although, admittedly, on Thursday, unless a lot happens between now and Thursday, it may just be a much shorter show. I guess we'll see what happens between now and Thursday. Okay. Thank you guys for watching the Level 1 podcast. What a week. But next week, I have a feeling will be even crazier. 9 days of content. The new Pokemon box and all new gameplay. I can't wait. I hope you'll be here for it. Thank you all. See you next week. Peace out. Okay. So, everybody, we're going to get set here to get started. I am actually going to go and get my coffee and use the restroom quickly before we begin. Makes sense to get set up like that before we begin, right? But here we are. Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin continuing. I got some advice, some interesting advice that may help me with these constant invasions that we're getting. Okay, so we're going to see maybe we can make that work today before we begin. Let me move my monitor over to the right spot. Okay. All right. All right. Give me a sec. I'm just going to run, use the restroom, and grab my coffee, and then I'll be back, and we will play Dark Souls 2. Okay, guys? I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. We're going to get started. Well, I just got a question for all of you spamming the kick chat toxically again. Like, what purpose do you serve? You realize I'm not paying attention to you. No one is. And I'm getting paid for you being there. You know that, right? So what purpose do you serve? You're worthless in the chat. Like, you're actually worthless. You can go and you'll have just as much effect as sitting there, unless when you sit there, you pay me. So I don't really know what you think you're doing. You're not really accomplishing much. Okay? The chat's flying. And just so you know, anyone who wants to talk in kick chat, that's why I'm ignoring it. I can't talk to people because these idiots are just spamming nonstop. So I'm just going to ignore it. And I guess I can't talk to anyone on kick. And I guess that's fine. I mean, if you want to intelligently talk, I recommend you come to the YouTube side. Excuse me. It's like you have to be mentally deficient to act like that because no one's paying attention to you, right? It's like if you acted normal, people would actually engage. But instead, you sit there spamming, so I act like you're a petulant child that just bugs me all day, so I just ignore you. You know, like, I don't even know what else to say. I mean, you're really dumb to act like that. Comedy Master says this means they don't have to deal with their real lives as a distraction from their pain. Maybe you're right. Maybe sitting in someone's chat spamming it all day and me not paying attention, they feel like they're doing something with their time when in reality they're worthless. It's probably what it is. Their life is just so empty and meaningless and vapid, and, you know, they have nothing to do with it. So they just, this is what they do all day. That's pretty bad. Hold on. There we go. This thing's all screwed up. Okay. There we go. Got my coffee, my iced coffee, vanilla flavor, just store brand, nothing special. Okay, are we ready? Here we go.